Well folks, hello and welcome back to Relaxing Woodshop. Of course, my name is David. Now, as you've probably seen in the previous video, we did the full French cleat wall, and as you can see now that it is all done, it does look class. This week, in part of the upgrading of the workshop, you might have noticed in a few of the videos we have a mitre saw station, but underneath that station I use it to bung all the bits and bobs. So what I want to do is I want to put a couple of doors onto that just so I can tidy all that up and in behind it. But I don't want to be spending really any money on this because it's just for kind of aesthetic looks, I suppose. So what we have here is some leftover boards from when I got some of the machines brought in. They do have a lot of wee tack nails and that on it, so what I need to do is first of all get them all cut off, then get them onto the table saw to get them down to size, and then we'll then get the brackets and that and put on the table. So that's the plan for today. But before we get into that, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody for supporting last week's video, as it was by far our best video. We are very small, but we did over 200 views within a working week, so that was fantastic. And then lastly, we have now, because of that amount, we have been able to analyse how many people are watching us, and there are so many people around the world watching us, and it also gives us ages of who we're watching. Now, it gives us an age of between 21 and 45, and nothing below or above that. Now, we know that's wrong, and the reason we know that wrong is one of our weekly viewers is an 82-year-old woman from Ballyclare. So we want to say a big hello to you and keep watching the show. And if anything else people think we want to get involved in, please put your comments down below and we'll be more than happy to look at videos in the future for that. We will be getting onto the rocking horse. There is one more show of upgrading the workshop, and we're actually going to clad the entire roof and insulate the roof. As you've seen in a couple of the other videos, there was a lot of heavy snow. So let's get into this part and we'll move forward. So I've selected the boards. As you can see there's a lot of these. If you look up closely, you might not be able to look up closely, but there's a lot of wee tiny split nails all the way through the board. So what I want to do first is remove all of them. Now, I've had a go prior to the video, and believe it or not, they are actually sunk between the two grooves of the board, so we're just going to actually have to cut them off and bring them flush to the wood itself. And the only way to do that is with a grinder. So let's get grinding. Okay guys, so now what we need to do is basically cut the boards down on the table saw here. There's only, believe it or not, about 4 or 5 mil here between the two sections, so let's get cutting. Okay guys, so now that we've got them cut into shape and it works perfect, I put a couple of wee shims just at the bottom. I do want the door to almost go to the floor. Rhymes. And the reason being is just because it can store more stuff underneath the desk but still keep the shop itself looking in pristine condition. So I want to use these, I don't know if they classify them classic style hinges, but they just look really nice against the wood, so they do. So what we'll do is, we'll put them in, make sure they're nice and straight with the wood itself. We'll get a pencil, mark that up, and then we'll get screwing them in. Okay guys, so there we are, the door is on. I think it's looking very, very, very nice, but it wouldn't be a good show if you didn't do something a wee bit spicier. So what I'm going to do is make a really nice handle out of this scrap piece of wood. Now, I've done a wee design, you can see that there, okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut that in the bandsaw, and then we're going to put it onto the router station and router off to make it nice and round smooth, and then attach it to the door. So let's do that right now. Well guys, so there it is. That is one lovely wee handle. It's just great being able to make stuff that you're not having to pay money for. Oh, and a couple of wee brackets at £1. So what we're going to do now, I've decided just to double up on the handle there, so that they pretty much identically match. So what we're going to do now is run the whole side, and then I'll show you a closing video. And I apologise greatly for rudely looking away there, but a wee robin just hit the window. So I will go down, check that he's okay, and then let's get the rest of this done. There we have it for another week of the Relaxing Woodshop. Don't worry, you'll get a wee overview of the video at the very end there. But it's turned out great. It's just another wee addition to tidying up the showroom, being able to hide all those wee bits and bobs and keep the thing under control. Don't worry, I'll not be throwing a little rubbish in. We'll keep on top of that as well. So look, I want to thank everybody for supporting us. Our last video, as I said, was brilliant. So keep them coming, keep watching, and we'll keep throwing out as much as we can for you. Next week, it's the big one, or the following week, sorry. It is the big one. We're going to get right up into the wrist space, get all that tongue and groove done. Don't know whether to use the wood or might do a wee bit of cheat and go PVC. PVC's probably easier to maintain when it's up into a garage wrist space and that, but we'll see how it goes. So guys, thank you so much. Be safe, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time on the Relaxing Woodshop.